Hello, and welcome to the St. John's University family. My name is Jack Flynn, and I am the Assistant Dean of Students and the Director of Student Conduct at St. John's University. I'm also a double graduate of St. John's, class of 1998 and class of 2005. Chances are, you and I will not meet in person before graduation day for the class of 2024. However, for a small percentage of the undergraduate student population, a potential student code of conduct violation can be cause for fear and for anxiety, not only for St. John's students, but also for their parents or guardians. Students may wonder, what will happen to me? Will my parents or guardians find out about this? What if I can't get a job now? The answers to those questions, and to many more, will be answered for students during their orientation this summer. As parents and guardians, you should also be aware of the role that you can play in supporting students charged with a student code of conduct violation. The most important takeaway from this conversation should be that the answers to most of your questions can be found on the Office of Student Conduct page on the St. John's University website. My contact information is there as well, and you can always call or email me with any questions you may have that aren't answered for you today. Please email me first. I can be much more helpful once I've had the opportunity to review the matter that you're contacting me about. As parents or guardians of college students, you should know that access to student records are now more limited to you than they were back when your student was in primary or secondary school. The students themselves now control access to their records, and I can only share specific information with you after receiving specific written permission from them. Ideally, this written permission will come from the student's St. John's email account. Students charged with conduct violations have rights, and those rights include a fair and impartial hearing with a trained student conduct administrator. Students may bring advisors to those meetings if they choose, but those advisors can only observe the hearings. They cannot directly participate. Rest assured, however, that if you are selected by your student to be an advisor, the student conduct administrator will give you an opportunity to ask questions before and after the hearing. Decisions are made based on what is known as the preponderance of the evidence. This means that, unlike in the American criminal justice system, a student can be found responsible for a student code of conduct violation if the student conduct administrator determines that it is more likely than not that a violation occurred. Those of you with legal training will recognize that this standard is more akin to the American civil justice system. Now, a word about legal training. I don't have it, nor do any of the other student conduct administrators at St. John's, since none of us are working within a legal system. Students, parents, and guardians often ask if they should hire legal representation when an alleged violation has taken place. You're perfectly within your rights to do so, but lawyers are subject to the same expectations as any advisor without legal training. They can attend hearings, but they cannot directly participate. Most conduct violations result in a combination of educational and punitive responses. They do not have a long-term impact on the student's academic experience or the student's ability to secure employment after they graduate. The Office of Student Conduct strives to support students by preparing them for a future in which poor choices come with consequences, so that they are able to reach the pinnacles of success in their chosen fields. However, repeated violations of the Student Code of Conduct can lead to more serious consequences, including the loss of university-managed housing or suspension from the university for one semester or longer. These are extremely rare outcomes, and they usually only occur when a student displays a repeated inability or unwillingness to adhere to the university's expectations. That said, there is no room at St. John's University for violence of any kind. Students who are found responsible for engaging in violent behavior toward others, especially physical violence or sexual violence, cannot be allowed to remain in our community. The health, safety, and well-being of every member of the St. John's community is of tremendous importance to us, and we will take all appropriate steps to keep our community as free of violence as possible. That's all for now. As I said earlier, I strongly encourage you to visit our website and to take particular note of our frequently asked questions for parents and guardians. If we do have to meet before graduation day, it is important to me that you and your student know their rights and that you know that you will be treated with respect throughout the student conduct process. Thank you, and welcome to St. John's University.